here's another portion in the living room where you could see that this piece of wood does not meet with the molding. Plus the molding is way out from the wall. And here's torn vinyl up here. Okay, going into the study. The study is harder to film because I have all kinds of books in here and we have not really unpacked. We just kind of have things sitting around. If you could try and step around here, Jen. And maybe if I turn on this light, they would see better. You can see that there is no trim here. They didn't even put it back up. But besides that, the piece of drywall is sticking out at a funny angle. Here we have a crack over the doorway. Going to the doorway itself, also, if you can step back a minute. Also, one of the things that our inspector checked was that all doors opened and closed properly. These doors will not stay closed unless you push this lock up here to hold them in place. You can't get them to stay closed that way because they catch. But they did stay closed before. Well, let's try and leave them closed so we can see better. Over here, we have just loose trim that they didn't put back up. And a crack right here that hasn't come all the way through the drywall, but, you know, is in the vinyl. That may be it in here. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, we have it up higher. They're not so interested in seeing my books as they are the wall. Once again, as far as I know, that's the damage in here. Every time I have something done, I find more damage, so. Oh, okay. You can really see it from here, Jen, if you angle up. This particular piece is bowed out. Once again, I think you've got a piece of trim behind the molding. Go ahead and shut it on. We are in the master bedroom. And so this half of the mobile home was the one that was involved in the really severe drop. This half, or of the bedroom, I should say, is the front half of the mobile home, and it was dropped several times that I saw, but not as hard, not to the point where it bent the mobile home. So this half sustained less damage than this half of this room. Mostly in here, we have again the problem with the doors. They just will not stay closed. Well, I mean, they will if I close them all the way and it touches the gap, but they're going to always come back open. This is the doorway to the study. And unless I close it all the way, you can see it's not going to stay closed. We have the beam that goes across the top again. And you can see that they did not patch any of the holes, and then you have this really kind of ugly looking gap here. I guess what they should have done is put wood putty in the holes or something. I don't know, but it looks pretty bad. We come around and here you can see that apparently in one of the drops it jammed down into the door frame, and so you have this wrinkle, a break behind here, and then this wrinkle in the paper, and then this is just sitting there. If we go into the closet, we're going into the closet area. Keep it up. From this side, you get a better idea. You can see that there's a crack, and it goes all the way. It goes to here, but then it actually goes all the way up, but the paper's just, it didn't go through the paper. Plus, we're missing trim right here. Coming out here, back into the living room.
Bedroom.
Pardon me, bedroom. Most of the damage in here is just loose trim. That seems to me it'd be easy for someone to repair. Coming around, oh, we missed the trim down here. You can see the trim's all loose down here. moving along. This one, once again, we have a crack at the doorways, or the door frame, there and there. From here, we're going into the bathroom, the master bathroom. And starting off the bat, we had this, you can see that the wall, maybe you need to get to the other side, Jen, because you can see that the wall, this wall does not meet this wall any longer. Oh, we missed something big in the bedroom. We're going to go back to the bedroom because I just remembered something big in the bedroom. On this, I'm going to get up on my bed, and on this piece right here, this is where the two, if you'll feel my hands, this is where the two halves of the house come together. And this piece of molding has a little peak in it. I don't know why, but the molding in the first place is loose, but you can see the house, it does not come together properly. And so this is always going to stick out. And it's like this all the way down to the floor. And in fact, there's, you know, insulation that's actually sticking out of here. And that was a kind of a big deal to me. And, no, go ahead and say it, I can't hear you.
And the wall is, this wall is a little further this way.
Yeah, that's what I
wall.
said, yeah. The two, this is the front half of the mobile home, this is the back half. The front half is further this way than the back half, so the two pieces are not joined correctly. In the bathroom, back to the bathroom. We don't have a huge amount of damage, most of it being cosmetic. Let's shut it off for just a minute so I can, okay, we had to check and see just what we were going to point out ahead of time. This piece of molding in here come from this side, Jen, where I am, and you can see that it's completely loose from the wall, and they said they put all the molding and trim back up. Coming this way, there's a, looking down close, you can see this, does that nail show up? Mm-hmm. Okay, you can see this nail just sticking, or staple or whatever, out from the wall. Got a crack and a bubble here, which is a crack behind the drywall that didn't come all the way through the wallpaper. This is fine. Actually, we have, apparently this pulled loose, and we have nails sticking out right here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and it goes all the way down like that. I think if you look down at it the way I am, Jennifer, that it will show it. Does it show it? Mm-mm. Because I think you're from the wrong side. I think if you come over where I am, excuse us if this makes you dizzy. No. Okay. I'm trying to show you the cracks, or the nails that are sticking out. There is a nail here, 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 here. Here, you did this, Jen. And here, give my finger. We have a nail here. All the way down, we have nails sticking out. Apparently, it's not going to show up that well on the video camera. Over here, once again, I'm going to get into the shower. Once again, you have this huge hole here where apparently this, you know, came down hard or whatever. I can't explain it, but I do know that these were attached to the wall and now they're not. There is a piece of molding here that's kind of bowed out. And then coming out of the shower, that may be it in this room. I believe it is. This is the carpet in the bedroom that we should have pointed out earlier and we didn't. Stand back where you were, Jen, because you'll see from standing back there, I think you can see that there's this hump in the carpet. This is the seam where the two pieces of the house join together, and you can clearly see it. This was not this way before. You can see these worn, or not worn because they're not worn. It wasn't that way before. But you can see these pieces where they're fraying is the word that I want. And the carpet, does it show that it's got that hump in it, Jen? You can see me pushing the hump down
Yeah.
and pushing it flat, whereas that doesn't happen over here or over here. But it's got this hump in it, and it goes like that all the way under the bed. You're beginning to see, if you look and see this line here, this is where one of the wrinkles is, what I'm trying to say, in the carpet is. And it feels as though these two halves, that the front half is a little bit higher than the back half of the house, and that the sides of the house are not touching. Now I think we're going to go to the outside of the house and look at the damage out there. We're on the outside of the mobile home where I have had some repairs done. All of the shingles were torn off, and I see that there is still one torn place here. But they were all like this all the way around the whole mobile home. Plus, I had to replace this piece of metal that goes down the front of the roof. So I had to have the whole edge of the roof replaced and this piece of metal, which improved the looks a whole lot because the siding was in really bad shape. We'll just go down the mobile home so you can just see there wasn't as much damage done to the outside as there was to the inside of the mobile home. But you'll see that I don't have any skirting. And the reason I don't have any skirting is they set it up about 8 inches higher than it was sitting before, and so the skirting is too short. Also, here's a place where you can see I can get the whole broom back in there. The siding's just bowed out. Same here, bowed out siding. That's not too bad. And then we go around, we're at the front of the mobile home. So now we go around to the side. And now here, I wanted to show you this. The phone company has repaired this. When the phone company came out, this wire, I'm told by the phone company, is what actually hooks up to the telephone pole. This is the wire that goes into the house. Originally, there were several wires going into the house. They cut this wire to the telephone pole, which the telephone company tells me they should. This wire, they also cut and tore out from under the whole house, so I had no interior wire for the mobile home, and I had to pay to have it rewired. I don't know why they did that, but they did that. So I wanted to point that out. This, we got a new puppy. This has nothing to do with the move of the mobile home. The new puppy got under the mobile home and tore up the insulation. However, it would not have happened if I had my siding up. This is pretty much okay along in here. I'm not upset about any of this. This particular corner of the house ran into a tree, and you can see the crack in here. They did repair it some, but you can see that there's still a crack in there. And yeah, I was going to show it from the other side. This is all off center. I'll show it from the other side because I want to point out this before we move. This is their idea of changing the wiring to the other side. And once again, we have a phone wire that's sticking out there and just cut and hanging. As we come around the corner, you do see, well, I guess you don't see it any better around here, but this piece of siding is pinched out at the top here, and it's nowhere near where it's supposed to be. The back corner is way over in here, tucked behind the siding, and this is out. The door of the water heater was already damaged and hanging off, so I don't hold them responsible certainly for the fact that the door fell the rest of the way off. Going up the deck, which by the way, I had these decks built since they moved the mobile home, and they do improve the appearance. But if we go to the deck, we're at the sliding glass doors that I pointed out to you earlier. And there is, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a dip, and it's right about here. And it dips down.